One of the best memories that I have of LEROY is something that was very personal to me because often in the mornings I would be starting at a competition and so would LEROY. And I would like to come down usually about 1 hour before the competition begins. And LEROY always was there before I was. And I used to tell LEROY, you know, someday I'm going to be before you. I'll be here before you get there in the mornings. And he would laugh and I would laugh. And we had this little, I guess it was a contest. I don't think I ever beat LEROY because he would always be there, his computer laid out, his little plastic sheet that caught his paper, and he would be ready to go, pencils in line, pens in line, when I arrived, when I was 1 hour early. So LEROY, I miss that. It was a wonderful thing to know that you were so dependable and so reliable. And that's a memory that I'd like to share. Thank you so much.
We love you, LEROY. We miss you so much.
Yeah, thanks for being a guiding light for us.
Yeah, I have a really distinct memory. Michael and I, when we retired from competing at USDC, walked off the floor, and you were one of the first ones there congratulating us and inviting us to judge at Heart of America. So thank you for having faith in us, and we've loved being part of the Heart of America judging family.
And we loved having you as part of the Ballroom Beach Bash family, a fantastic chairman of judges. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're just, Ginny, LEROY, you are our dancing family, and we love you both very much, and we're thinking of you.
Yeah, love you, and we'll be thinking of you during this time of Heart of America.
Hi everyone. We just want to say that when we think of LEROY, the first thing that comes to my mind is thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful that LEROY was in our lives and was more than just a friend and a mentor, but he was also family.
We love you, Ginny and Mark, and we'll always be family. Miss you, LEROY.
There's hardly a day that goes by that I don't think of LEROY. He taught me everything that I know, and I'm able to do my job every day because of him. He wasn't a man of many words, so when he did say something, you had better listen because he had absolutely no patience for stupid. We have so many LEROYisms that most of them I can't say on camera, but sometimes I just laugh out loud thinking about what he would have said. So many of the competitions today are successful because of him, because of what he taught us all and how to run competitions. I'm so glad to have known him and to have learned from him, and he'll never be forgotten.
Hi, my name is Steve Brockman. Just giving a few reflections on LEROY Walters. I first met LEROY in 1985. He and Ginny started the St. Louis Star Ball, and I was teaching at a local studio here in St. Louis at that time, competing professionally. And so David, Susie, and I and some other teachers from our studio went up there to compete in the professional division. Didn't have any Pro-Am entries that year, but we did the Pro. And LEROY was very nice, as I remember. And then we continued to compete at the St. Louis Star Ball and then the Heart of America, starting back in about '86. And LEROY was always so friendly when he would see you, he and Ginny both, and would welcome you with a big smile and a big handshake. And I was always thankful for that, and they seemed genuinely happy that we were at their event. And they made us feel very comfortable all the time. In 1994, David, Susie, and I purchased the St. Louis Star Ball from LEROY and Ginny, and our relationship changed into one of him being our mentor on how to run a competition. He was especially helpful to Susie and the organization of the comp and getting everything ready and prepared. And so for that, we were always thankful. He was always ready for a phone call. Susie was on the phone with him a lot, I know, in the early days on how to get things ready. And when the comp manager program came out, LEROY, of course, was an expert right away and could help with all of that. So we were always thankful for that. One of the fun memories I have of Leroy as our chairman is trying to beat him into the ballroom in the morning. I never did. I would come down to the ballroom early to try to get set up and just be ready and maybe beat him to the ballroom. But Leroy was already at his post, computer open, coffee in hand, and getting ready for the day. And during the competition, if you did your part correctly, Leroy was very easygoing. If you didn't do your part correctly, then he let you know it. So that was always my extra motivation to do my part as well as I could, so that I would not hear about it from Leroy. Leroy to me was a quiet, behind the scenes, salt of the earth kind of man. He was a person that didn't seek a lot of attention, but he was always in the background making sure that everything he was involved with ran smoothly. He's loved by his wife, by his children, well respected by all those who knew him. And I'm so happy to have known Leroy, and will always be thankful for the impact he's had on my life. Thank you.
I was